Is that you, Harry?
I'm never quite sure why you always ask that. You know it's me.
It might not have been.
In the middle of a nationwide lockdown.
Fair point. I don't know where my head is these days.
I don't think anyone does.
That's true. Did you get what you wanted from the Express?
Yeah, although they do seem to be out of eggs again.
That happened last week. You'll have to go to the big supermarket next week. See what it's like there. What?
You know my feelings on that right now. I don't feel safe.
There's nothing to worry about.
There isn't?
No. Workers have protective screens now. The shop has a one-in, one-out policy. And you could always wear a mask.
I can't breathe in those things. It's like being gagged.
How would you know what it's like being gagged?
Well, it's a figure of speech, isn't it?
It is?
Yeah. Like when someone says they're gagging for it.
Harry, I don't think that's quite right.
It isn't? Well, no wonder Mrs. North looked at me funny the other day. Thinking about this shop thing, I suppose we could always get a delivery.
Now, Harry, you know my feelings on that.
Look who's talking.
Well, I mean, strangers touching your shopping. It's worse than going there.
You're just angry because they substituted your milk.
I'm sorry, but lactose-free is not made of soya.
I know, but they're doing their best.
Soya is horrible.
But it's better than being ill, surely. Can't you just put it in a recipe of some sort?
You don't remember the cheese sauce I made for our first anniversary, do you?
No.
What if I say the Great Gaviscon Emergency?
Yeah.
Can you drop it in the food bank collection when you go to the supermarket, please?
Yeah, all right. Now start making out a list. Otherwise, you'll forget all the essentials.
I'm not that bad.
You are. Last week, you spent 3 days telling me all the fruit and veg we needed, and cream of tartar, whatever that is.
It's for baking cakes. I don't trust that ready-made baking powder. I've always made my own.
Well, whatever the stuff's for, you made 3 cakes in 3 days last week. No wonder you needed to restock with supplies. Is it any wonder where all the eggs have gone?
There's not really much else to do, is there?
Fair point. But this week, if you would, please make out a sensible list. You embarrassed me the other day when I was going out the door.
How?
Mrs. North was standing on her doorstep, and all you could do was shout custard creams and bourbons and those fancy ones with the block of chocolate on top.
Those fancy ones. Definitely a pack of those on the list.
Helen?
Sorry. You know, you're becoming a bit of a nag.
I know. And I'm wise as to why. I am doing it for you, you know.
I know. And I appreciate it.
And for the baby. Of course.
They appreciate it too.
You've been listening to The Hudsons, with Jamie Dyer as Harry and Jane Grandle as Helen. Additional voices were provided by Pete Lutz. The music was by Kevin MacLeod. This was brought to you by J. Dyer Productions.